Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War with the Imperial Splendour mod. Last time around we continued our war towards final victory to secure all the capture regions that we need. So there's 4 more. Actually there's 3 victory regions that we need, but I need an extra region after that. Most likely it's gonna be Pressburg or Preburg in Hungary that we're gonna go ahead and take to be the 25th region then. And then the 3 victory condition regions are Munich, Prague and Vienna. And today we're going to do Bavaria. I'll see also if we maybe can go against the French at some point, but the French, they've never really been able to muster an army. They've been in revolution almost constantly since the mod started, or since I started the campaign. So it hasn't really gone too well for them. With all of that said, we're gonna take on the Bavarian capital. For their army, they have quite a high amount of infantry compared to what we usually kind of see when attacking the enemy. Also, they have howitzers, which is going to be interesting because normally the AI deploys the artillery rather strangely. I think howitzers, just because you don't have to place them perfectly, is probably going to work better for the AI. Usually they put them behind a hill and just fire round shots straight into it. So it might be a challenge. It's Meldorf's army by the new standard. We don't actually have any howitzers in this army. This is not the artillery heavy army. Though artillery has throughout this series not really performed as in others. Or maybe I'm just constantly thinking back to Napoleon Total War 3, where it kind of wins every battle for me. The enemy slightly outnumbers us with a little more than 1,000 men. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Is that it? No, I thought that was a general's unit with 200 men, but it's actually a cuirassier unit. Horse guard. Yes, enough of that. Let's go ahead and fight and end the Bavarians. I don't know, maybe I haven't played that much in Central Europe, but I really like these maps that we've ended up on, with really cool towns in different hilly formations. It makes it hard to maneuver the army, but I think they're really interesting compared to a lot of the flat ones, or the ones that I usually end up playing. So seeing new terrain definitely lifts the spirits somewhat. What I have gone ahead and done is that we've got the Fusiliers in the center, backed up by the Grenadiers, so 4 Fusiliers and 4 Grenadiers in the back. Then I've got 3 Musketeers on the right, 2 on the left. We've got the 1st Foot Guards back here. They're gonna be in reserve behind. Then we've got the Dragoons, and we've got the Hussars on the left. And out here I've got the Feldjäger, the Jaeger regiment that's hiding, kind of deployed a little bit ahead of the army. Should have a nice angle on the enemy right here. Cannons on the hill. They've got pretty good range, covering a big part of this front anyway, so I'm hoping they deploy in here. Likely is though that they deploy back here. With that said, let's go ahead and start. Oh, they did deploy here, damn. Oh, and they deploy the howitzers in a good formation as well. Here comes my cannon shots ripping through. I was hoping we'd fire towards here. There's a lot of them. So they're spreading out in a really big formation. Let's go ahead and curtail that by advancing Ah, shit. Dragoons to the rescue? Did these guys even have time to fire before they were assaulted by the enemy cavalry? The thing is, there's nothing I can do. I mean, if I send in my cavalry, they're gonna be squashed in between. They've already lost half strength. Yeah. That's not good. They lost only 4 men in that. But now, hopefully, we rode down quite a few of our own men. Trampled them. Let's get the Fusiliers going. Let's get the entire army going. So my cavalry was able to send the enemy off, and they're continuously routing away from us. Or at least the enemy cavalry is. I can definitely see us cornering off some of the enemy over on this side, just because we've got the town actually going through here. We'll see what happens here. Right now, the dragoons are just chasing down the enemy dragoons. With seemingly no end in sight, just constantly on their heels. Cutting them down. Coming a little bit too close to the enemy for my liking. Was that a Jaeger? First Lightfoot Jaegers. Got their own... called Jaegers though, but I wonder if that... Oh, now they turn around on me. Let's halt the Fusiliers here. This one's about to fire, so we'll turn this one up. Not sure I like the fact that these guys are now actually turning to fight us. I want first line to halt. Are they firing at us over here? It's militia Landwehr. We're preparing to fire back at them. Oh, that! Well, I thought that was mine. I guess I forgot that I only put 2 over here. We'll bring in the hussars. Hussars will be coming from the top. Let's pull these guys back. Okay, so enemy cavalry would at least... Oh shit, I forgot to tell the grenadiers. That could have gone a lot worse if I didn't discover it as early as I did. Gonna get the dragoons over to the flank again. Let's go ahead and take a look. We're not actually within range. I want to cover this one though. Make sure that if he moves in to range, and then we should push these guys a bit up through the forest to actually get a better range. We got a few horsemen actually got shot as they rode through that. I want this one to hold fire and wait to fire at this one instead. Alright, so now I want you guys to fire at these. Let's see. Oh, they're going after my hussars rather than the infantry. I think we're gonna win the fight against the Landwehr, shouldn't we? Why is it so laggy? It's a pretty open field and no army unit is snagging onto anything causing pathfinding problems. I'm not entirely sure why it was lagging so much. I'm sending this one to chase these idiots down. And... ooh, 50. Freikorps. It's actually not going too well. Let's push the men forward. I'm not entirely sure why they're center hasn't opened fire upon us yet. Or their cannons, I should say. Okay, turn to face them. Oh, look at that! They're playing very clever today. Problem is I can't form bloody square. We're gonna have to send down the 1st Guard Battalion. My flanks getting really annihilated here. Once again, I'm a bit jealous of the fact that their cuirassiers actually get a cuirass. Looks like we are gonna win this one though. My hussars actually hit them. And I don't think these guys will be able to form square, unlike what I did. Kind of cheating, form square right after we're being attacked. We're winning that fight. Enemy cannons are breaking down. Not doing too hot on this side. They've got the Jaegers backed up there in case I throw this one in. What is my plan? I'm gonna see about getting the Grenadiers over here. They're actually pushing forward, aren't they? Let's add the Grenadiers here to the front line actually. Fire at will, and then quickly move everyone into the front line. So I think the yeah, we'll move the elites to deal with these guys. Okay, now they're actually sending these guys forward into the fray, which is the perfect time to actually end in the cavalry. They're sending in the Jaegers. I'm actually going to charge them. And as we're charging them, I'm going to advance the infantry. So we're going to tie up as many of these units as possible with the cavalry charge. And then I'm going to move my infantry closer. We can see this one's almost routing the Freikorps unit. They are making an attack here, but as I plug the gaps and added the Grenadiers to the front line, that should help a lot. I should just tell these guys to hold here and we'll pull away the hussars now. Oh, my cavalry was sent away. But now, with the infantry so close, hopefully loaded and ready, should be at this point, able to unleash devastating close range volleys. Just like that. We'll follow it up immediately by a charge. To charge the light infantry and send them away. They're running. How's it going over here? Their flank just got exposed. Not entirely sure if they're reacting to that at all. Let's fall on these guys. I think we need extra troops over here. Why don't we get the hussars over here since we have no cavalry anymore? Elites, focus there. Stay in square. We need to kind of get these guys coming on the flank. We broke the enemy, but I'm running out of manpower here. We're low on troops. Why don't we try to break them with our strongest? The Grenadiers will advance, take the place of the Fusilier battalions. Fire volleys and then charge in. The enemy Landwehr is already at close quarters with us, but I think we'll still be able to fire over here. We'll just fire straight into it. Now the enemy artillery is actually firing onto us. So the volley didn't work there, but the volley definitely worked here. They're kind of shooting their own men. Okay, we've got one unit that's retreating. We'll plug the gap with those 2 Fusilier units. Be able to fire here. While these keep the pressure up from the flank. Oh, they're running now. Let's press the attack. Form square in preparation of... what's these? The Bosniaks. Bosniak Lancers. Interesting how the Bosniaks seem to turn up everywhere. I even got one of these mercenary units myself. Luckily for me, I saw that way ahead and was able to form square. Can see loads of them running away now. The bayonet attack over there kind of stalled. Light infantry should win over here. Did the hussars ever arrive? Yes. They'll go around, break the enemy from the back. Elite infantry winning over here. 2 squares should be able to hold off the enemy cavalry. Surprised that my elite infantry hasn't broken the Landwehr yet. Then again, we've lost less than 50 men, and now the enemy actually broke. Should march these to join the fray. The Tsar's coming around. They formed. Oh, I thought it was a square actually. The enemy is getting murdered over here. At the same time, I note my grenadiers are actually retreating from over here. I wonder if that was due to friendly fire from the... probably not our own this grenadier unit, but from... I thought it actually was the Fusilier battalion that was close to that and were firing on our own. Oh, they rallied as soon as they joined back at the line. That's good on them. That's very good. That's what we want to see. Turn here and finish off the job against these. Now with the cavalry gone, we can drop the squares. These idiots are back, so you'll attack them, and then you will march continuously towards there. Enemy general goes really close to the hussars, so I have no choice but to countercharge the bastard. Send him away. Scare him away. No, he decides to stand and fight. I do think we do have the numbers on him, so we should win that, even though generals are pretty strong in Empire. There's a few Bavarians still standing on the front line. They are falling back now. Interesting how the Bavarians actually have very long coats. Or, oh, it's the Freikorps that has the long coats. It's definitely more fitting for this winter weather we're having. Yeah, the normal Bavarian line infantry don't have the long coats. Still one cannon position is intact. Let's see what's going on. We're defeating the last unit over there. There's very few units left on the front line, actually. I'll order a general advance for all these units. Figure out how to end this one. Shouldn't be too hard. Focus artillery fire. I don't actually reach that one. With the general dead, the entire Bavarian army is now in retreat. And we've won the battle. Actually, the only one standing is the general's bodyguard. Let's keep the pressure up so that we win this without having to see enemy units. Ah, there we go. Now it's ended completely. All enemy units have been defeated. They did have some things going for them, definitely. It's just that I'm not sure exactly why they deployed on a tilt like that and not just straight forward. And then also all these in a line. I've seen many of the armies that come against us. At least it was competent artillery placement. Normally we don't see that. I suspect we had quite a few regiments of our own as well that routed, or at least 2. The Grenadiers came back. So the enemy definitely put up more of a fight than some of the other armies we've fought. So the Bavarians did actually perform quite well. Yet they well, like, as we can see, there's 3 units missing. Oh yeah, I forgot my mistake of kind of being overconfident and placing my Jaegers way before the line, and just thinking that the enemy wouldn't go for us, and the enemy cavalry just absolutely stomping them down, and then my own cavalry riding down quite a few of them. Anyways, let's go back to the campaign map, shall we? Here we can see the result of the battle, and yes, I did lose probably the most I've lost in, anyways, the most recent videos. All units still survived, so that's good. 28 Jaegers managed to get out. Still though, almost, well, it's 2,500, 2,600 men lost, which is quite high, given that we're not attacking a castle or anything. And the enemy, of course, lost everything. Interesting here is we killed about 500 of our own, according to the statistics anyway. So I'm wondering what that was all about. Fusilier Battalion ending up in the top is not that surprising. They have a very good accuracy and range. Then, though, there's a Musketeer Battalion that comes second, which is a little bit more surprising. And then it actually goes in between here. Like Fusilier, Musketeer, Fusilier, Musketeer, Fusilier, and then we have Grenadiers turning up. Hussar Regiment turned up. They were able to stand to the end. Dragoons, not performing too well, but they did the job they were supposed to do in chasing down that enemy unit. It was more of a revenge, really. Maybe I shouldn't have chased... I mean, I did have to send something in there. Or maybe not, actually. It might have been better not to have gone after the enemy cavalry at all and just let them kind of deploy as they were moving in towards the center. Or I'm not sure if I haven't intervened. If I hadn't intervened, the Jaeger unit might have completely died, so I had to intervene, but I should probably not have chased them as far as I did. I should have maybe just pulled off, formed the infantry line and shot them down. Although I'm not entirely sure that was what broke the dragoons. With that, Bavaria has fallen. Very nice. Very unhappy place. Oh, they were already exempted from tax. I think a lot of this is to do with everyone getting modern university. Now it's good that everyone gets universities, because otherwise all the small nations that they modded in would fall behind. But it's a little bit much that there's universities in basically every province, because the big nations get 2 universities. Oh, and I don't have any money to repair anything here. Could face a Bavarian revolt. But I think 10 points. We get 5 from here and 2 from here. So that's 7. For repair those 2. And then with the clamor for reform gone, with the university gone, that should be fine. Yeah, it should definitely work out. Maybe I should flood this place with more priests to make sure that it becomes fully Protestant. Or at least goes from 1 religious unrest to... or from 2 to 1. This one has just about turned Protestant. Actually, it was only... oh, this one's actually fine now. This one doesn't have any religious tension. Because they're 80% Protestant now, 84. So I should move all over here. And we'll be able to quite quickly turn this one from... yeah, it's already going from 2 unrest to 1. So we'll surely be able to set this province on the right track. Get the armies sorted. Should be fine. Then it's this one against the Austrians. And then I do think we're gonna end turn just because I want these guys to split up and move around so it makes it easier for me to attack rather than to go in and have this one huge battle that most likely will crash. And also now, since this is a little bit of a shorter video, but I think that works fine. I always kind of set my target at 30 minutes. It's not always easy to keep that, but given the track record right now, the latest videos that I have recorded going almost up to an hour, it might be easier to actually just end it here rather than to try and... because if I add the second battle here, we'll definitely run up to an hour. So, I mean, there's a bit of a debate if people want closer to an hour or half an hour. But I think it's it usually gets more views. Or it gets views quicker, I should say. Normally I kind of see that it's roughly the same, they get the same views, a long video versus a 30-minute and a 50-minute. It's just that the 30-minute one gets those views quicker. And I think in terms of algorithm, if they see that they get them or you get them quicker, it'll get sent out to more people. Anyways, enough of that. That's boring. Next time around, we'll go against the Austrian Republicans, and we'll deal a blow to them. I thought about, this mod is called The Rise of the Republics. I thought, well, surely go against the French at some point, but the French has just been an absolute mess. It's been so sad that I haven't even bothered trying to attack them. Or did I attack them? Maybe I think we had... Did we have one battle against them? Or maybe I'm thinking of another campaign that I moved against them. But I'm not sure. They've just been preoccupied with revolution to the point where nothing's really happened in France. But enough of that. Hopefully you guys still enjoy this video, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!